Boruto episode 100 review. Oh my god, it's been 100 episodes since Boruto started. If you guys don't know, I started my YouTube channel before. I think it was in episode 497 of Naruto Shippuden, which was 3 episodes before episode 1 of Boruto. So I've been doing this for a little bit over 103 episodes, and I really can't thank you guys enough. I didn't necessarily think I'd be still doing this 100 episodes in Boruto, but you guys came, you guys supported, you guys are still supporting. I can't thank you guys enough. My heart goes out to you guys. But we have to get into this episode right here, Boruto episode 100. Now this episode was a decent episode. It wasn't necessarily as good as the last episode. We did get some sort of action scenes in this episode, but this episode was more of a hype episode for the next episode of Boruto, because the next episode of Boruto is supposed to be very interesting. But in this episode, we got to see a couple of things go down, and a lot of my predictions about this arc that I did give in my last video actually came through to fruition. First things first being is that the people with the green hairs, the kids with the curse mark, they're actually working with the people who were stalking Boruto, Jugo, and also Sarada. But of course, that wasn't really any sort of groundbreaking theory, but during the spoiler review, when I did read about the spoilers that were going to happen over the course of this month, I automatically knew when we did get to see this other team that this other team was going to eventually be the people basically spreading the curse mark. And now I'm guessing it was actually confirmed. Now, one thing I do want to talk about first before I do get into that whole situation is the actual fight between Team 15 and these two characters with curse marks. Now, I said before that they're probably going to wash Team 15, not only because Team 15 is a little bit weak, but because they want to establish how powerful this curse mark is. And of course, they did not disappoint. I was a little bit mad because they showed it to us like towards the end of the episode. I was hoping that we'd get it as soon as the episode started, but hey, we can't really get everything our way. But nevertheless, I wasn't necessarily disappointed in terms of the action and also the power of the curse mark. They were extremely fast, they hit extremely hard, and they didn't necessarily do anything too crazy. Like, if you guys think about it, they didn't necessarily give us any crazy hacks, ninjutsus. All they did was straight taijutsu. I mean, of course we understand that the taijutsu of these characters are going to be extremely strong, but at what point do we expect these guys to be like throwing wasabi into trees and the trees cracking? We understand that this right now isn't anything too crazy to us, mainly because we've seen Naruto, Sasuke, and also Madara fight on Sage's 6 path level. But if you guys think about it, back when we did actually get to see Naruto and Sasuke in part 1 where they were getting, things like this didn't really happen. I mean, the first time you could actually say this really happened was back when Gaara actually fought Sasuke, when Gaara was transforming into Shikaku. Believe me, that was a very strong form of Gaara. He was extremely fast, extremely strong, similar to these kids with the curse mark. Don't get me wrong, Team 15, not a good team at all. The only person on that team that I really do respect is Sumire. But still, we do have to grasp the understanding that if Boruto and Sarada were in that exact same situation, they'd probably get washed just as much as Namida and Wasabi got washed right then and there. But I do want to say they're a bad team, but still, the writers did want to showcase the power of the curse mark. Now, the curse mark did have a second form, and I did kind of predict that in my last review. Now, that right there is absolutely insane. Thinking about it right now, I mean, a second form of the curse mark, a synthetic second form of the curse mark that doesn't necessarily have any side effects. The possibilities for it is like endless at this point. And remind you, we didn't necessarily get to see exactly what they can do. If you guys recall, one of the trademarks of Sasuke's second form was the fact that it gave him wings. He could actually fly, which is absolutely insane. But I want to see more things like that heading on into the later episodes of this arc. Now, I did talk about how this arc was going to be extremely small in previous episodes. Hopefully that source was wrong. Hopefully we do get some more substance to this arc, mainly because I really do want to see what this second form of the curse mark actually shows us, especially mainly because it's synthetic. Maybe it has some drawback, or maybe this form of a curse mark is even better than the original form of Jugo's curse mark. Now, in my opinion, I feel like it's all but confirmed that these guys right here are pretty much behind the spread of the curse mark, and they're probably doing it for the reason of basically experimentation, to getting a lot of people to use this synthetic curse mark thing, possibly for money. I personally feel like the villagers are going to find out the truth either way. It might actually be too late. Half the village might actually be taken over with the curse mark before they really find out the truth. But I personally feel like it's going to inevitably happen. But how Boris and everybody else are going to get back into the good graces of the village before it's like kind of too late, it's going to be a very good mystery. Now, there's a tiny fight scene with Team 7 and Jugo. Of course, that tiny fight scene was like impeccable animation. The art was amazing, but it lasted like 15 and 20 seconds, and I was actually pissed. Every time I see Boruto do this, I don't know why, but I get super surprised. But Boruto at this level, the chakra control is absolutely insane. I mean, there was no questions asked. As soon as Boruto seen Jugo, well, there were some questions asked, but as soon as Boruto seen Jugo transform, his first instinct was to make a Rasengan and try to hit him with a Rasengan. As you guys know, when Naruto was his age, it took him a very long time to create that Rasengan. He didn't necessarily match the Rasengan with only one hand until like the middle of Naruto Shippuden. But this episode was decent. I enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. But I do want to know what you guys think about in the comment section below. All the things that we went over. One of the biggest questions that I do have to ask you guys is, what do you guys think about this synthetic curse mark thing? And do you guys think that it could possibly be better than the original curse mark that came from Jugo? But it's been your boy Baara B, and we out.
It's a knife.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm at your sexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.